Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss the chapter 1, Introduction to Office Automation. What is office automation? What is the purpose of office automation? Why we require an office automation? Do you have any experience or do you have any examples of office automation? Have you ever come across office automation system? This is what we are going to discuss in this chapter. See, in any organization, we are having different units, different departments working at different timing and places. But then there is a need of coordination between them. How they are going to make the coordination? In the olden days, they were managing through human transaction. Maybe they will take the ledgers and registers, they will be disseminating and they will be transferring from one place to other. But now in the technological world, we need everything to be automated. We want to make the data flow very easy. How to make this? How to continue the business process easily? How to take the management decisions using the data, processing the data. This is what we are going to discuss in office automation. How to define office automation? What is office automation? How to define this? See, office automation is nothing but a process of creating, collecting, processing, manipulating or analyzing, storing, disseminating day-to-day data digitally through computer without any human intervention. Without any human intervention. What is this, teacher? Let me give you an example. Nowadays, in each and every organization, you know that very well, whenever the staff enters the premises, office premises, to make them present, they will make the thumb. They are having the thumb system. Now, this is the responsibility of the human resource department to collect the information about the staff members who are present on the particular day. But at the end of the month, this is the responsibility of the finance department to pay the salary. How the finance department is going to come to know how many staff members were present on the particular day, where the records are maintained by the human resource department. That means the data from the human resource department should move from one point to the other unit called finance department. Now, what is the meaning of creating the data? The day when the employee enters the premises, immediately is making the thumb. So the data is created. The organization may be having different departments. Now, this is the responsibility of the human resource department to collect the data from the different units and departments about the people, about the staff members who were present on the particular day. See, this system is showing only the number of staff members or the staff members who were present on the particular day. So they are going to process them. But the finance department, they want to know who are the person who were absent on the particular day. Why? Because they want to deduct the salary. The particular X was absent on the particular day, so I want to deduct the salary. In this case, they want to know only the people, those who were absent. Now, the data collected by the human resource department will be processed for the staff members who were present on the particular day. And then they will analyze the data for the staff members who were absent for the particular day. Maybe the staff member, he would have applied for medical leave. Maybe a person, he would have gone for on duty to some other place. Now, this is the responsibility of the human resource department to ensure that the person was inside the campus or outside the campus with the permission, or he is on medical leave, and they have to make the clear analysis and to inform the finance department. So they will make the analysis. Then they will store the data. They will store the data about the number of staff members who were present on the particular day and the number of staff members who were absent on the particular day and who were having the excuses and everything. Then later, they will be sharing the information with the finance department. In olden days or in earlier days, these things were happening through hard copies, or they were happening manually. At the end of the day, or on the next day, or at the end of the week, or at the end of the month, the human resource department, they will make all the analysis and they will give it to finance department manually. But nowadays, we want to do everything electronically without human intervention. When they make the thumb, automatically the finance department should come to know the particular person was present. So quite natural that now the finance department will have only the requires the analysis for the absent people. So whenever the person is absent, then they can discuss with the human resource department what is the reason for the absence. So this how we are going to make it in computer based system. This is called office automation. This is called office automation. So the meaning of office automation is nothing but a process of creating, collecting, processing, analyzing, storing, and sharing day-to-day data digitally through computer without any human intervention. Now, what is the meaning of office automation system? Because previously we discussed about office automation. What is the meaning of office automation? Now we need a system, because we need a computer-based information system to deal with the data, because we are collecting the data and we are processing the data and we are sharing the data. There is the output, input, process, and output now. So we need a computer information system to deal with this data. And we need a computer information system to support the communicating and sharing the information with the work group. How we can do this? This we can do through various technologies of the information processing. We can use electronic publishing software. We can use digital communication system. We are using electronic collaboration tools. We are using image processing and office management. We are going to use different software related to these technologies. What is electronic publishing software? Very simple. The purpose of this is nothing but we need a software that can create, present, manipulate, analyze, store, and print the information. We need a software to create, to present, to manipulate, to analyze, to store, and to print the information. You know some simple software. We can use Microsoft Word processing software. We can use the spreadsheet, Microsoft Excel for making the analysis. And we can use Microsoft Access databases, Oracle, or other databases for storing and manipulating the data. So using this electronic publishing software, we are going to create, present, manipulate, analyze, store, and print the information. Now, we need a communication because we have created the data. Now we need to communicate the data with others. How we are going to do this? This communication with others can be done either we are using email, we are using video conferencing system, we can use telecommunication system, fax and signal. Fax and signals. So through this, any one of this medium, we are making the communication. This is called digital communication system. And we need to know about the electronic collaboration, because you know that very well nowadays, simultaneously many people have made to work on the same system and the same duration. How we are going to do this? This can be done. The information shall be shared in the networks, in the internet, intranet, internet and intranet. For example, to give you an example for intranet, proxy, students proxy, where you are accessing your course requirements, documents, course related documents, and you can go to Moodle network, isn't it? So in these places and all, more person can simultaneously work. More persons can simultaneously work. And this electronic collaboration tools support in teamwork by proper planning and scheduling. So I'm going to do this work on the particular time. I'm going to make the planning and scheduling, and then we are going to continue the work. So in the electronic collaboration tools we require for the office automation. And we need some image processing tool, because sometimes we may have to scan the document. We are having the hard copy document, so we may have to scan them. So we need to convert the data into images. We can use the scanners, we can use the cameras, and we are having the videos, recorded videos, which we may have to edit, and we have to store and communicate. So we can use the image processing tools such as scanners, cameras, video editors for storing and communication. Now we need a office management system. For example, you are going to the senior manager and you want to give some information. When you are going that, you will find a secretary. So now you have to schedule your meeting with the secretary, that what you want to meet the particular person. Maybe we don't know when he will be free. That means you have to make an appointment. So the secretary will tell you, okay, do one thing, I'm making an appointment for you. You please come and visit the senior manager during this particular duration. This time he will be available. Sometimes he may not be available on the office on the particular day. He may be on some other work. He may be on out of station. So immediately the secretary, she needs to make a notes, and she will collect the contact information of the person. Whenever the senior manager comes back to the table, and she will be giving the information. So how they are going to do this? The system that supports in organizing, scheduling meetings and projects. This comes under the office management. And this system also supports in maintaining appointments, invitation, notes, and contact information. This gives all the information in this regard. This comes under the office management system. So these are all the areas of office automation. But you know that very well, the office automation system, it is not only in electronic way. Now we are using both the ways. What are all the advantages and disadvantages we have? This is what we are going to discuss. Now we are going to discuss the advantages of office automation. You know that very well, this is highly reliable because it reduces the human error, because everything is done through the electronic system. So there is the possibility of human error is significantly, it will be reduced. And you know that very well, multiple tasks shall be accomplished simultaneously, because using the one system, different people will be working in different areas, so that this is fast and the task can be completed easily. And this is secure. The system is secure, most probably because we are having the firewall and other thing. So there is no human interaction. So this is secure. And you know that very well. Even now, if you are going to registration department, you will find still they are maintaining the students' records in the cupboard, and they are having fireproof wall. They will collect the information from each and every student. They will make the printout, and they will be keeping the hard copies. But they are having the system where they are storing the data, which requires the less storage space, and the human resource is required very less. So you know that very well. According to organizational perspective, according to business perspective, this is cost effective because the storage space required is very less, and then the number of staff members to work with the record is very less. Now the data flow between the entities, this is very easy. Just on computer system, the data shall be transferred. I gave you an example of registration department. See, whenever the student is entering in the college, when the student registered to the courses, the registration department, they will collect the information, they will put the data into the system. But the HOD of the department, the head of the department, he wants to know how many students joined the program. Now, there is no need for the head of the department to visit the registration department to collect the data. Just he will be going to the system and he will check how many students are registered to the program. How many students are registered to the particular course. He can check everything. Maybe even he can check in the system number of students registered to the business process analysis, office automation course. Now, what is happening? There is a need to make the business decision. You know that very well. Just 2 students is registering to a course, and another teacher is having 100 students registered to the course, which is not balancing. Now, the head of the department, he need to make a decision. In that case, he can cancel one of the class and he can divide the other class into the other teachers, which is having the big number of students. So this office automation, it supports the business processes and decision making through data analysis. This is office automation support the business processes and decision making through the data analysis. But whenever we say there is an advantage, that means there should be some disadvantages also. Sometimes we are telling we don't need human resources. That means when I say I don't want more number of staff, that means on the contrary, community is going to get affected because the unemployment problem will increase, isn't it? So what are all the disadvantages we have? The organization, they have to invest on the technological tools. Just they cannot bring, I brought the computer, I brought this office, Microsoft Office, do the work. No, this is not possible. They need to invest on the electronical and technological tools. When I say the thumb, that means the thumb is linked to the system. That means there is a requirement for the thumb machine. That the investment cost is increasing. Maybe the initial investment, maybe one-time investment, maybe the one-time investment. But when I say one-time investment, when we are investing on technological tools, that means there is the maintenance cost, because we have to maintain properly. Even if you buy a software, you know that very well. The software field is always changing, always changing. Maybe now if I say that I want to use a program from COBOL, everybody will laugh. Oh, what is this? He's telling something new. I don't know about this program. If I say I want to use Fox Pro, you will say, teacher, we never heard of this software. If I say I want to use Python, you will say, yes, teacher, I know. That means there is a development in the software field. So we need to make the changes, upgrading the system. You know that very well. Here we have made to depend on the electronic process. Just we are not, the human is not making any thinking. Just enter the data, press the button, take the output and disseminate it. So we are depending on electronic processes. If something happens, when we have made to change from one system to electronic system to the manual system, this will be a very big disadvantage. Whenever you are buying a new software or whenever you are buying a new tool, you need to train the staff members. That means you have to make some more investment on the professional development. As I said, this creates an unemployment problem. And in some of the cases, you know that very well, in some areas, the face value, this makes a big difference. The human interest makes a big difference. For example, a person is visiting the senior manager at regular place and making some, just having the interaction. Quite natural that the employee's satisfaction will increase. But when we are going for the office automation, the person will come, he will put the thumb and he will be keep going to his office. There is no interaction between the employees, maybe the management. So the management, they have to conduct a separate meeting for it and collect all the staff members. Oh, what is your problem? They want to know something. So this is the one of the disadvantage in office automation. Even there are some challenges also available in this office automation system. Why? Because you know that very well, the task completion need to be monitored properly. Why? Because the system is doing, everything is done through the system. Maybe a person, as I said, the thumb, a person is coming at 12 o'clock and he is making the thumb. That means there is the requirement for the proper monitoring the system. Maybe from 8 to 9, the person can come, and after 9, the thumb should not accept. How they are going to go out? In these cases, you know that very well, the staff members will feel distressed because 8 o'clock they have to come and report, or maybe 10-15 minutes they have to come and report. They have to put the thumb. Maybe they are coming from long way from outside. They have to travel. Then this will make the distress. This will give them the dissatisfaction. And you know that very well, the technological errors may cause loss of data. You are sending an email by mistake, it is going to junk. Or maybe the provider, they blocked your information message. Maybe they think that this is something wrong. And you know that very well, most of the email system, they read the document, what is inside. If you are typing, for example, you go to Gmail and type, herewith I have attached, and you don't attach. Immediately Google will ask you, you have stated that you have attached. Do you want to attach something? Immediately it will ask you, correct? So in this case, the loss of data, it could be possible, the technological error. And you know that very well, the latest thing, the most big problem, the cyber security threats, malwares, isn't it? Viruses. So we had to be careful with this cyber security threats. And we need an uninterrupted power supply. I said that 8 o'clock when they come, they have to put the thumb 8 o'clock. If there is no power supply, maybe for 8 to 9 or 1 hour, there is some issue. Maybe the trip, this one has gone down. Then how you are going to work? That means during this period, the business continuity during this technical issues will become a big challenge. That means immediately there should be a process that, okay, 8 o'clock there is no power supply, I'm going to take the signature from everyone, or I'm going to make some other idea. So we should be very careful on this, how we are going to manage the business continuity. See, just I'm talking with respect to the college. You think about something happening in the banks. they have to make the transaction. If there is a technical problem or technical issues, how they are going to continue the business. So office automation, there are some challenges also. And the suitability for the business process. I'm going to buy a product, I'm going to buy a system. But if I create a system for my business, that is a different issue. If I go and buy a product from the market, I don't know how much it is going to help me, the suitability. And the basic two big challenges, they are knowledge creation and finding the competitive gaps. See, previously, when the people were having the interaction, the discussions were going on, it supported the organizational knowledge creation. So the people, they were thinking, they will be thinking each other, and based on the discussion, they will try to collect the new ideas. They will, the organization develop the new knowledge. Now, when I am making everything through a system, automated system, I am not interested. The person, he may not be get interested in creating the new knowledge. So the knowledge creation will be a big problem. And finding the competitive gaps, maybe because when, as there is no interaction, human intervention and interaction, how we are going to find the competitive gaps? But what they are doing nowadays, they are conducting the meeting, they are collecting the people and they are calling for a meeting, and they are conducting and they are gathering the information, they are conducting the surveys. Still, when there is day-to-day interaction, when there is the day-to-day interaction, the knowledge was created easily and the competitive gaps were identified easily. But now, due to this office automation system, these are all the challenges. Teacher, do you mean to say that we are not creating new knowledge? No, I'm not telling that. We are creating the knowledge, but the possibilities are reducing. Previously, which was conducted daily, now this is becoming a process. Maybe once in a week, once in a month, based on the discussion. Whenever we are having face-to-face discussion, the knowledge is not created. So these are all the challenges in office automation. In the next chapter, we will discuss in detail about office automation system. Thank you.